BBC News with Jonathan Izard. Security forces in 3 countries are investigating separate attacks by suspected Islamist militants. In Tunisia, 39 people were shot dead at a beach hotel. A suicide bomber in Kuwait killed 27 worshippers at a Shia Muslim mosque. And French police have arrested a man whose boss was found beheaded at a factory near Lyon. The severed head with Arabic writing scrawled on it was displayed on a factory fence. Earlier this week, Islamic State militants urged their followers to carry out attacks during the holy month of Ramadan. The Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras has announced a referendum in response to a proposed bailout agreement with the country's international creditors. It'll take place on July the 5th. In a speech on national television, Mr. Tsipras said the proposals violated European rules and values and that the Greek people faced humiliation. He was speaking ahead of a meeting of Eurozone finance ministers in Brussels on Saturday. The Greek development minister has already called for the nation to vote against the deal. Greece's current bailout expires on Tuesday, when it must pay the IMF $1.7 billion. President Obama has said America has been blind for too long to the unique mayhem that gun violence inflicts on the country. He was speaking at the funeral of Pastor Clementa Pinckney, one of 9 people killed in a mass shooting at an African-American church in South Carolina. American police have shot dead one of the 2 convicted murderers who escaped from a maximum security prison in New York State 3 weeks ago. Richard Matt was killed close to the Canadian border. Police are still pursuing his accomplice, David Sweat. The 2 men used power tools to cut their way through the steel walls of the Clinton Correctional Facility. And Burundi's ambassador to the United Nations has said elections will go ahead as planned on Monday, despite a call for a postponement from the UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon. The decision by President Pierre Nkurunziza to run for a 3rd term of office has prompted weeks of violent street protests. BBC News.